Hi everybody, this is the example that I left you for an exercise to do at home. So instead of going through it in class, I thought I'd put up the answer on the site. So I've just started to fill this in over here on the left. So these are the typical combinations of our P's and Q's, trues and falses. And so we're going to fill in, the first thing we're going to do is figure out what the disjunction of P and Q is. So this reads P or Q, and of course it's true when they're both true, true when one of them is true, and false when both of them are false. And then the next column is a negation of the disjunction. So I've got my P or Q, and now I'm going to negate that. So that just means wherever I've got a true, I now have a false. So this is false, 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 and true on the bottom. The next column says figure out the negation of P. So I'm looking over here on the left. So this is true, so not P is false, not P is false, not false is true, and not false is true again. And now this is the negation of Q. So this is false, true, false, true. And then the last thing I have to do is put together the conjunction of not P and not Q. So now I'm looking at these two columns, these two here, and I'm forming the conjunction of those two. So if I've got a false and a false, then my answer should be false. If I've got a false and a true, my answer should be false. True and false, again, my answer should be false. And true and true here, my answer should be true. Okay, so if I've done this correctly, what I should see is that this column and this column should give me the same thing. And so what that means is that not P or Q is logically equivalent to not P and not Q. So those kinds of logical equivalences are really useful when you start writing proofs, so you can rearrange some statements into logically equivalent statements that might be easier to use depending on the proof. So I hope you managed to get that right. All of the ingredients have been looked at before, so this is just putting those two things together. Okay, see you next time.